Oh. Oh. Is it working? Checking. Twitch. Oh, Twitch got it. YouTube. Oh, YouTube's got it. All right. We are in business. Sweet. All right. So, today I'm trying to think on what I want to play. And I've come to the conclusion that because I've recently watched... Oh, hey, Terry. I've recently watched The Dark Tower. And then, because of watching it, decided to actually read the books by Stephen King, which are so much better. But anyway, I won't get too much into that because we're not here to review movies. I'm going to start playing Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Now, I've played this game before and beat it like twice now, but everything is fantastic, so I thought I'd play some of this. Because it's fun, and you gotta shoot people, and it's very spaghetti western, so can't help but enjoy it. Yeah, I look like hammered shit, so should get that out of the way too. My allergies are fucking killing me, which is why I didn't actually end up streaming last week, even though I was planning on it. But they're actually really bad. I don't know what I'm allergic to, but apparently this extended summer hasn't really been helping. Basically, well, not really. It's not open world, unfortunately. I would play Red Dead Redemption if I could, but it's not on PC, I don't think. At least it's not on Steam, so. Yeah, so if you hear me sniffling, I'm sorry. I'll try to use my push to talk as much as possible so you don't have to hear it, because, yeah, the allergies suck. So, definitely going to do story mode. I'm going to go a new game regular, because I have new game plus, so. But I'm not going to play new game plus because it gives you everything you'll need all the time, so. Should I go True West, maybe? The truest of Wests? No, let's go hard. Because I'm reasonably okay at this game, so might as well kick up the difficulty. Don't.
Easy, boy.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Nice. So yeah, you're that basically summed up everything, so I don't have to explain it. You're a bounty hunter. You shoot guys. Get paid. It's a Western. It's basically like the homage to all the Westerns in one Western. It's pretty sweet. This game also has one of my favorite like boss fight mechanics, which is straight up duels, and the way they work is really cool. So I'm excited to get to it. Holy shit, this load screen. Oh, it's because I haven't hit enter yet. I was gonna say this load screen's taking forever, but that's all on me.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs.
Who wouldn't even play Stinking Springs?
I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Get upgrade points. Let's go full-blown gunslinger. Yeah, probably just pure self here. So you don't want a Kimbo though. Oh well. Deep pockets. On the run. Cool. Is that all my points? Let's go my points. Cool. Oh, I don't have a gun. It'd be nice if I had a gun.
You heard Pat. You need to stay here and keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through.
Ah.
I had no choice.
What the hell? Shoot that sumbitch!
Not
Was
a big
it Pat
deal.
Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
Oh, I move fast.
Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead. I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit.
Hey, we have
So
one
that's
behind
just
us.
what I did.
Stay on it! Covering fire!
That's a lot of bullets. My gunslinger mode's ready though, so gonna have some fun. Blam, blam.
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
Ow. Bullets hurt. Haha. Hide behind doors, don't stop bullets. Peekaboo. There's another guy around here. Hello? No, you're dead. That dog needs to calm down. Holy shit.
Watch out! One of them! God damn it!
Surprise!
Right behind us! Where the hell's
Garrett's men were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads
Let's
cut
send
off.
these sumbitches running!
Oh, my audio's all screwed up again. So I hate these headphones.
Take us all on!
A little bit of a creep.
I'll flank him! Kill him!
He's a pumpkin sound bulletproof. Call me coward. Calling you dead.
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there. Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed.
Wow.
The right
Cold-blooded.
position is very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do?
There we go. Now we're talking.
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
Where'd he come from? Get out here!
Oh, there he is. Why would that guy hide behind exploding barrels? That's what I want to know. Those bread. They say date, or they say, yeah, they do say. They say powder on them. So.
I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Try aiming, you idiots!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad.
You can kill me too?
I just mean the ones that were left were twice as mad. It's so good.
Had enough? I'll do you myself!
Probably shouldn't send me the exploding barrel. Actually, I got this.
They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
Let her go. There it is. A bit of a slog. Awesome. Alright, let's go meet Billy the Kid. These are all 6 shooters, eh? Yeah, looks like it. Guess there's no one left. Get more bounty if they live, I guess, eh? Just gotta kill them all.
And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave.
Dirty Dave.
And upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Beaudry.
Found the bathroom, or I found the fucking bedroom.
How about that? Huh? You like that?
There we go. Billy the Kid. You can actually find like lore. They're called nuggets of truth.
Billy looked at me and said,
it's pretty cool.
"About
'Cause,
time,
like,
amigo.
fills you
Grab
in
a
on,
gun
like, the
and get to
actual
the
story.
window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of.
Where'd he come from?
Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
I can keep this up all day. I think I got one.
I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like
Where the hell
flies,
Garrett
but
get
they
to?
just
He's
kept
been all
on
the
coming.
action.
Ow. Stairs.
That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
So I don't want to stand near that barrel. I know. I noticed that too when I first played the game. Terry, like you load it, yeah. You load it from the bottom, like dummy. That's not where it all. Like the best part is they still took the time to like put where you're supposed to actually load it. She's like, nah, we're just not gonna like actually.
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back.
Got a
I'll
Gatling.
draw their attention."
Ooh, time to have some fun.
He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I
Make a
have
run
to do
for
it?
it. Those poor sons of bitches are done
Many
for.
would have fled in
My
my place,
emotion.
but I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have, like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with you now.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please.
I just like how it's
call
a
me
story in a
Silas.
story thing. Oh! I didn't have to actually aim.
Right. Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
Ooh, doggy. Alright.
Finally, I had the stables within my reach. After the fight, maybe we could treat ourselves to some fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Wasting bullets. Alright. Let's do that thing.
And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Tacked on tin star. It's so good. Ham-handed. So this is the thing I was talking about. The boss fight mechanic is
You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake. And that you killed him in a fair fight.
So in
Is that
those,
what that Penny Dreadful said?
so in
No,
those mechanics,
boy,
you can
that ain't
choose
what I meant
to,
when I said I
know I'm
met
talking over
Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
So, what you can do is you can actually, so I don't know if how much attention you guys were paying, but during those fights, so like I have a focus meter, which I use with moving my mouse around to focus on them, which decreases my crosshair when I actually draw. Later on, they implement a draw speed, so it actually like moves your hand further closer to your gun, which increases your draw. But what's cool is you can, when you hear the heartbeat, you can draw and shoot him and kill him dishonorably, or you can wait for him to draw and beat him in a fair fight. And that's what I did. I waited for him to draw because he's the coward. Where's the reload? One of these is like a. There we go. There's the fast reload. That's what I'm after. So yeah, I killed him in a fair fight. Shot him right in the head.
And stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on, how did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
That means Billy the Kid's gonna have a double noose on, because he had like his regular noose, his noose for show. Then we're gonna hang him with another noose. That's a double noose. Well, in concentration, you can strafe bullets flying your way.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Let me out! Let me out!
He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence.
Classic death sentence. Like they're taking a few liberties with history.
It was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy.
Yeah.
What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape, too.
Yeah, threw in some keys.
My first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Yeah. Cut a man clean in half.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy?
Surprise!
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kids escaped, raised a huge ruckus.
I was just lurking in the corner. Some sort of weird
You
lurker.
won't get away with this.
Surprise.
Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let
Pistol
the
ammo?
kid get
That's
away.
all I need. Hey.
Anybody see him?
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I
A few
was a
liberties with
fugitive.
physics.
How the hell did
It's because this is a retelling, Terry.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
It's
He did
his
me and my
personal
family
opinion.
a grievous harm.
Grievous
But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to
general
get my
grievous harm.
ever-loving ass out of there.
Ammos. I'll take bullets, sure.
I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
Nah. I'm not about that stealth boy.
You! But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me.
Hello, friend.
Apparently,
Pow.
some of them thought I
Pow,
was
pow, pow, pow.
You hooligans can go to hell.
Wow, that's rude. Surprise.
I'll flank
He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring.
They're shooting in the street.
I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Yep, because I've been using it the whole time.
Get your headstone!
There's children here.
We're gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a
Got the
horse.
legs. How many bullets does that guy take to the legs before he
So I
dies?
never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts.
Just so angry.
We prize them too high, if you ask me.
Leave it to me.
Where you going?
I don't get paid enough for this.
Stop running. Stand still and take bullets.
You're threatening the lives of innocent people.
Who's you talking about? You talking shit in this house, lady? Don't make me put a bunch of bullets in this wall. Cause I'll do it. I got a big ass shotgun. Show you innocent
That
people.
town's going to hell in a handbasket.
I agree, sir. In a handbasket.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot
Is there a
at?
ranger in here?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Hmm. There we go. Too kind. Views on horses, yeah.
Hey!
You know respect for decency?
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town.
Nah. That's what we get for looking through a little hole.
I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be
Hey,
dead.
don't run at me. Crazy.
Because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile,
The perfect crime.
Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass
Big cheese.
shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Stop it!
Shot that guy in the foot.
You can't hide forever.
See, I'm hiding. Hey, hey, no.
Murderer!
Hey, Bob. Hey. Pop.
Let's do this.
On yourselves!
What the hell? We're gonna get away. Deep shit when Pat gets back.
That is a lot of persons. Of angry people. Pew pew pew.
Let him get away.
Like how I have a rifle, but I'm just trying to hit people from like downrange with a pistol.
Kill him.
Wow. Fuck the rifle. Jesus. Can't even shit with that. It's a loud creak. Hey.
We can take him.
Just firing wildly. I know better than
We're
that.
gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back.
Wow, that's a good headshot. If I do say so myself. Pop. Can't have forever. There we go.
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
Take that tumbleweed. Some more chicken I can shoot. I might be a little bit hungry. No? Okay.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob, I said. I think you better let me go.
That guy needs a bigger
and he
shirt.
says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun. So we stood there in the middle of the street.
Eyeball to eyeball. There we go. See,
He
now we got the
intended to
speed.
kill me, and I knew I had
Yeah,
no
this takes
choice
a
but
lot
to
of-
defend myself.
Multitasking, which takes a lot of my focus. Ooh, there's a lot going on right now. Focus. Focus. You go for that gun, I'll kill you. Told you.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well, Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day.
Got a might
Pat
depopulate.
Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later. So his escape was...
Oh, I should have finished his thought.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The Cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
This guy just, like, Silas just has a vendetta against everyone in the Old West. Just like, you did me some sort of wrong at one point. I'm gonna shoot you. Can't let go. Just all the grudge. Have a bomb in FPS. I haven't seen many of these on the NID. Yeah, I know, but I do enjoy me a good FPS. So. Especially when it's I always forget I have to hit enter to get out of those cuts. There, those loading screens.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor bastards.
Just getting bullied hard. Stop that. This one's gonna be tough.
You can't
Skill point put in. Got that reload up. How about that?
Moments later, the attackers were dead. And I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing.
None of them.
None.
That one bag's freaking out.
It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits.
Right here.
Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force.
God damn it. I'm shooting above his head and shoot him proper. There you go.
See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Yep, nailed it. Bad pocket watch. Or like bad bullets or something. That'd be pretty fun.
Stand and fight, you coward!
But I got
ran
6
ahead
bullets
as
left.
if the devil himself was after me.
Not the devil
Bullets
himself.
were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this.
One man versus the entire gang. Not a big deal. I can take him.
I just kept running,
that's fine.
not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something
Fine.
miraculous happened. Like
body
manna
from the
from
sky.
heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition.
Correct.
Pat
boy.
Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
So good.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. The old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
It's surprising that America ever got populated. Nice.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs.
That's a minigun.
Clanton, I'm
Oh,
coming for you!
minigun, yeah, Gatler.
A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me.
Well, and the other thing too
Not
is
if I was to
Silas
find and
is
kill
probably
Ringo.
made of 90% lead at this point because he's been
I needed
shot
to
so
get
many
that
times.
old man off that gun.
Let's get this peak going. Aye. Oh, not the cactus. Hey, run! Alright. Sneak up behind him. Squats. Yep, exactly. Just throwing out some taunts.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon. But it was just me.
Worth it.
I still have all my fingers.
Ooh. New skill. Dynamite looting. Enemies carry dynamite? Nah. Concentration. Enemies regain focus. Concentration bar completely refilled after reaching a combo of at least 6. That's a bullet for each chamber. Alright.
Waste the goddamn boat.
Hey! You stop that. There you go.
You one stupid zombie.
Surprise! That one too far.
What I ever do to you?
Well, you're shooting a minigun at me, for one. I got him.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary
Rewriting
gunfight at
history.
the OK Corral.
It's not a big deal. Write whatever history I want. It's actually pretty good level. See if I can remember to hit enter the second that wheel. There it is. Hey, look, I was looking.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bright?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
Because I like to rhyme.
But first, I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Earth's coming!
Get ready, boys.
Now you're really pissing me off!
Now you're really pissing me off.
Curly
Shot your
Bill
buddy in
took
the
charge
head,
of the
or-
Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Hey, this is my rock. You get out of here. I hide behind this rock, not you. How's this guy shooting through wood? Whatever. I'll kill him just the same. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Stop shooting me.
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
Kill that stupid son of a bitch!
Parkour! Oh. Silas can do everything but, you know, fall from a reasonably high height. Help yourself, don't go running up that cliffside. It's on you. What did I say about this rock? It is my rock, not your rock. Build it off the top. Hey. Pistol ammo. I'll take. Hello.
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Oops, that was pretty embarrassing. Guy just called me a maniac. It's not cool.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself.
You just take one off a corpse. Then again, I'm shooting all these guys in the head. Then again, the blood wouldn't.
But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And
Take a
that's
quick
what
breather.
drove me forward.
Took some of the blood back in from my shirt. That was kind of embarrassing.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Ow. Why? Why?
Earp wasn't much of a match for him. But Doc Holliday might have taken it.
Oh boy.
That London should have kept his nose out of it. He never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so.
Drop these logs on me too.
But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Yes, I am killing everyone.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Sirs, can we talk this one out? No? No? Can't talk it? Just a quick little chit chat? Oh, stop. That's rude. Reload. Reload!
Kill 'em already.
Reload!
Just kill Red. You just met your match.
Alright. These reloads. Get him.
There he is.
What's this who? Who's talking? Oh, shoot, guys. Ow. Happy birthday.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
Compliment them on their sawmill. Look at all these
And
piles
where
of
was
wood.
Curly
It's a lot of
Bill?
wood.
Did you see him?
I'm painting a picture here.
Ooh, here we go.
There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well,
That's a nice picture.
finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand. Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Takes a shot. Before he takes a shot. Awesome. Man after my own heart. Shame I gotta kill him.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo
boy.
nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil. You working for Wyatt Earp? You working for Wyatt Earp?
I don't know. Maybe ask again.
You to kill me? Make him pay for that. Hiding like a scared little puppy.
Wow, that guy can take a lot of bullets. Where'd that other guy? There's a dude. There he is.
Why is he still standing?
Psst. We're here. Hello.
You can't hide forever, boy.
I'm not hiding here. Well, that's hiding. How many more times do I gotta shoot the guy right in the dome?
How you like that?
Ow.
You asshole!
Like, that guy's probably got at least 8 bullets, like, in his forehead.
Wherever you are. Come on out, son.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life.
Like,
but
like
Ringo
there's so
was
many
nowhere
bullets
to be
into that
found.
guy. Like, I don't understand. Why can't you just do it the
I
showdown?
knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
Yeah,
To
well,
this day, his killer is still unknown.
it was me.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Whee. But I did find him, and I killed him. And take a bullet. Johnny Ringo. Oh, hello, Mr. Ringo.
It's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Oh, my focus is gonna suck. Oh, here we go. Draw.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true.
Damn.
Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
That was a real quick gunfight.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Indeed I did. The Magnificent One. Thanks talking about me. Try to kill a shielder by shooting through the hole in the shield or using dynamite. Really? Headshot is usually fatal, to remember that. It's good to know. Shoot someone in the head, they don't come back.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant. And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick.
That bird accelerated entirely too quickly.
As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits.
Nice. Reload guns in concentration. Those are alright, but not that good. This one's pretty good.
And put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
Shooting birds. Oh, hello, fellers.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder. Why would you be?
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
What was this guy packing? I thought he was packing something different. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. Ranger? Yes, absolutely. Ranger's my favorite. Because it's usually like basically a one-shot. What's down here? I don't think I've ever been down here before. Lots of guns. Maybe I have been in here. Lots of bullets. I can't remember. Oh. Continue on with this story. Let's go find more guys to shoot. Or persons to murder.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's son. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life.
Murder keeping there. Nice.
Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors. Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Dangerous, desperate individual. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach.
Call me a coward? I will pull a bullet in your dome.
Put that moron out of his misery.
What do you got? Too many bullets. Hey.
No. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was tough. Or had some kind of death ray. Seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere.
Watch out for the goddamn gunpowder!
One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. I thought I was some kind of hero.
But I am a hero.
I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine. But once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
It's a convenient bridge.
I'll flank it.
It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
This is our goal now.
Man, I love these rangers. You want a shotgun?
I'm putting you down.
Hey, no. Bad.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around.
Guess he's had enough.
And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
There it is. Man.
A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
You're gonna shoot me while I climb this ladder? No? That's good.
Leave him to me. I do not deserve to die like this.
Well, then leave.
Come on out, you yellow bastard.
Too slow.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
I remember trying to do this, we play it through with shotgun, like, you can get, like, little sawed-off shotguns.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere,
not very fun.
a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Come out, you yellow bastard.
A lot of gunpowder.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Ruh-roh. Run!
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
I guess I could have moved it the way that one said scratch my face.
I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it.
Nah.
Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side.
That makes things easy.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith, which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell. I was determined not to give up, however. As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water.
Hell or high water.
But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder.
Elevator or ladder? Elevator, elevator. Can't shoot while you're on a ladder.
I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Solid gameplay. Ow! Guys are rude.
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City?
Good thing wood blocks dynamite.
Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there.
Some good wood. That guy's invincible. Stop throwing dynamite at me.
The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
I love you, mining cart. If I didn't know that this is a fight arena, I'd be pretty sure it was a fight arena. Hello. Lawman outlaw. Scallywag.
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! This day is just getting worse and worse for you, ain't it?
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
Maybe you should use cover.
I need some help here! Come on, boys! Take this cocksucker out!
Wow, that's a little harsh.
Did that asshole just kill me?
Where'd Plummer go? Oh, he's back. Somewhere. Where is he? Oh.
I'm going all medieval on your ass!
Swing and a miss. Hold still. What's the age rating on this game? I don't know.
You ain't taking me!
I got it on Steam. I don't really check usually. God damn, shoot him! Shoot him! Don't shoot wood.
What are you? Yellow?
Not sure if that's racist or what. Doing with that down.
No blood money for you today! They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up! He's killed a lot of good men. I can shoot too! You can run, but you can't hide forever!
Gotcha.
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
I was officially a bounty hunter. So before I was just like an illegal bounty hunter? Like I didn't actually have like a bounty hunting permit?
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
Fast as Satan.
Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Being official doesn't mean he gets an ID badge or something. Yeah, it's like one of those laminated ones. Like, it's like a press badge, so you can get to special places. It's like, no, I'm a bounty hunter. VIP only, okay. Especially because he talked about getting paid before that too, for killing people. So, I mean, wouldn't that be the official point of being a
I
bounty
dodged
hunter?
death many a time.
Oh,
and
hello.
That night in Abilene was no different.
Ooh, I have a quick shooter.
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Shooter!
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was cold in a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
Oh, that's a turn of phrase. It was colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra. Wow. That's a good line. Why can't I run back here? Just kind of like shoot down this ladder. Okay.
Take him down!
I think he's scared.
I'm not hiding him.
To the very same saloon we're sitting in today.
How dare you hide right there? Hello, saloon. Where's the entrance to that saloon anyway? Where am I going? I'm a little bit lost. I usually just follow people until they stop showing up, but I don't think I can get in this saloon, can I? Oh yeah, I can. Knock knock. Everybody's dead.
Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me. And
oh, that's the beer room. That's where I want to be.
wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this son of a bitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men.
42?
He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold out here.
Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hands.
Would have thought standing in fire hurts.
I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friend. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the bull's head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcome presence.
Cocksucker's back! Tell Hardin someone's coming for him! Stop that sumbitch!
Can't stop, won't stop.
Let the boys know we got another law dog. Kill him!
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Ooh, okay. What's that do? Deep Pockets Ranger. What's this? Truth seeking. Hints about nuggets of truth. Blah, 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 blah. That's dumb. What do you want? So what else you got here? Gun blazing. Fast reload rifle. Don't care about that. Quick fingers. Yep, that's the one I want. So... yeah, okay. Up here. That's where I want to go. Everyone having fun in this tent? No? Okay. Put your axe. Which way am I going? Oh, up here. Right? Yeah, this way.
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead.
This guy's
as good as I
holy
was,
shit.
deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
There he is! Blacksmith. This is my kind of place. Ooh, nugget of truth.
Watch where you're shooting.
Really? Fire? It's not coal in there? Kind of dumbass blacksmith. Let's run this place.
God damn him!
Oh. Hello, friends! Guy in the butt.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
There he is! Get out of here! Murderer!
Gosh, she's in there just hollering. What are you yelling about?
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me. In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
God damn him!
Hey, dynamite. Just a candle.
You can't hide from me! You think you can kill me?
Oh, stop.
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
What, he's throwing a bunch of cards before he came in? Just for a little dramatic effect? Kill the man for snoring. 40 more for breathing. That's a pretty good line.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
What you got, boy? Oh boy, he's a quick draw.
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless avenger took his life.
Flying towards his head.
Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
But I shot him. I saw the bullet.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
It says Greaves pursued dangerous outlaws like John Wesley Hardin. Hope they would help him find Bryant. Is it politically correct? No, it makes me feel bad. Just, yeah. I forgot there's
a bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
That's one way to describe it. Mountain so high they tickle God's ballsack.
Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
So I guess I'm the man to kill them. That's how that works, right? Here to kill all your birds. Okay, apparently that river is made of bullets. Maybe like just acid? I don't. Okay. Just a tough river. Melt your feet. That's dinner.
They saw me before I saw them.
Okay. That was a lot of bullets, and I missed a lot of shots. That was pretty cool. Second one rifle. Ooh, you live this time, turkeys.
They saw me before I saw them.
There you go.
And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
Hello. Okay, that guy shot me through a tree that he couldn't see me through. These guys look like twins.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again,
that's a good point.
I got a lot of those.
Then again, I got a lot of those. Oh, where are you? Oh, there you are. Hello, you're dead. Goodbye. What's that guy doing?
Find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout. A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Cussedness. And people need to learn how to use cover. See, the trick is to put all of yourself behind the cover. He's waiting not to get shot.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Okay. There we go. That was pretty cool. I both fell out at once. It's all right here. Ooh, bunch of bullets. Bullets, get your bullets. Alright, let's go back the proper way. Hello, friends. Wow! Wow!
How big was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars. They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know guns. Talk to Ooms. He knows guns. Stop shooting me. There we go. Alright. PR.
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen him since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death. I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me.
I put a spell on you.
As his story unfolded in my mind.
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
He said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes.
There's definitely
and indeed,
snakes.
His warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
I missed that guy a lot. Just put another skill point in real quick. And we're trying to do this with the shotgun. It's quite difficult.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Kind of like a miracle.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back.
Coming for you, Grey Wolf.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady.
Oh, there he is. Hiding in the bushes. Bad.
I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them. And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
So he's one that'll believe anything.
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Oh, disappeared into a wolf. It wasn't thin air. He just showed it. He was a wolf.
Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Wah, wah. Not my bounty. I
Thank
have
you,
my
darling.
card holding bounty
It's
hunter now.
interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
Dalton
Those
brothers
Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Cool. So I've been cursed. Now I'm gonna go fight some brothers. Good thing I took that antihistamine this morning, or else I'd be in a huge wreck right now. My allergies are still crazy. I'm dying.
It was early morning. One of my
Take my
friends
pick.
was a local gunsmith,
There we go.
and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks
not.
on the same damn street.
Again, that seems pretty smart to me. Am I shooting these
Story
guys?
was Bob Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
Gotcha.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property.
We got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
Break down more doors.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently.
Just walking,
First
just
of all,
blasting guys.
It was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait the son of bitches out.
But this bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns.
So where am I going then? I was shooting people from the roof? You guys shoot.
He went in there alone to confront those criminals.
There we go. There's the ladder. Whee! Yeah.
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
The answer is
Hey,
yes.
where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank.
Rifle's mine.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
Love. Oh, I have a skill point I should probably put in. Oh, it's this fastest gun. Fast aiming. Pick targets faster. Ooh. I'll take it.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
Get out of here, danger.
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
We've got company.
There you go.
Heroic men like him who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free.
Free.
Is that Silas Greaves?
Davy Crockett
Son of a
died defending the Alamo.
He's like, know me my name.
Brother, I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Light lamps on fire. That's something cool.
You better hide.
Property of or federal bank. Big $sign. Bags of money.
Over there.
Whoops.
That's Silas Greaves. What the hell?
Blam! Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. His name was Silas Greaves. And when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
So it wasn't the way he first said it happened, but it wasn't the way the kid said it happened, so it's a different way that it happened.
It was early evening, not high noon. The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
That's it for you.
I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless.
All right.
Finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
Shoot the guy in the kneecap a couple times.
Hey, you got us a deal? Put some holes in them.
And those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions.
Coming at me like a spider monkey.
I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose those boys. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever.
It happens. Real men shoot chickens before killing an opponent during a showdown. Oh, I gotta do that. Thank you, loading screen.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons, and they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Getting shot up by ghosts. Oh, there it is. Rifling through this guy's house, not a big deal. He's like, oh, I shot all your buds, now I'm stealing all your shit.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape.
What? That was stupid. That log was just like, no. I just gotta juke these then. Left. Middle. Dodge. There we go.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
Hey! God damn! How many more bullets I gotta put in this guy? Hey! Nothing to see here.
Gonna send you to the bone orchard.
I got a bone for you, sir. Oh. How many times does that guy gotta be shot in the brain? Oh, I know.
You messed with the wrong damn
Nothing to see here. Ow. There's a present for us, sir. Enjoy. Enjoy.
It's all your time.
Hey. Stop shooting me!
I'm gonna plant you where you stand. I'll blow your damn head clean off! I'm gonna tear you apart!
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
Bullshit!
They say he was shot 23 times.
There's a lot more than 23
Well,
bullets.
Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
Because half of those were in the brain. There's no way in fuck that guy lived.
But I have to admit,
That boy had
that
grit.
boy had grit.
Bounty Hunter is still my name. Now where is that enter? Wow, there we go. That took a while. We did it. We did it.
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this!
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track them to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell. It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks. It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
That was weird. Came right out of the ground. Hello.
The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Bury them in the swamp.
Plant them where they stand!
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm. So I had to face them alone. I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet, but I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Fucking shoot him.
Middle-length that sucker. I'm gonna make you pay for that.
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Riffraff. Is there a... Yep.
Get out the dynamite. This is gonna hurt. Belly full of buckshot. Now you're
Ooh, that's a dynamite stick.
And my reinforcements was nowhere to be seen. Point being, I was under serious attack.
Somebody kill that sumbitch!
Climb! Damn it.
Die, you damn bounty hunter!
It's rude. It's just my job. Hello? Anybody else? No?
But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes.
Gross.
I scrambled up top to get a better view.
Better view of what? The inside of the barn?
Just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed them. But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was.
Goddamn swamp, goddamn maze, goddamn is.
Steve? So I just started walking, and pretty soon... Steve? Steve?
Huh? Oh, no, I'm listening.
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
Indians? They were Indians.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
Wow.
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
So, where was I?
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
Brothers!
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet. But I did find a few of their cousins. You Kansans breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family? I bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Kill that goddamn bounty hunter!
He's drunk with blood.
Bury him in the swamp! Let's just end this!
What are you gonna do? Ain't bothering me
Keep shooting. I don't mind.
Here it is. Those are jerks. God damn it, Steve. Yep, falling asleep. Level up. Yeah. More concentration. Sure. Guess he didn't have any buddies. Hold there.
Get around him!
I knew those Dalton boys were out there somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them.
Wow. Just trudging through more swamp.
And that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps?
Guess it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern-wheeler or a side-wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was in that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from our house, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Cold-blooded killer.
You more temperate son.
Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Can I jump up on here, or did I just go somewhere I wasn't supposed to go? Okay, good. I thought I might have got myself in there. God damn it! In a bit of a pickle. There we go.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
That's where they get no shields.
Son of a bitch.
Safely climb down the slider. Safely climb up this slider. People to shoot.
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit.
Bonk.
But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
The Daltons had played me
so
like a
tough
fiddle.
after all this.
Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Oh, yeah, but I was in a fight.
Did you hear about that ship that's gonna launch next year? Largest one in the world.
They're talking about the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it'll even float.
So anyway...
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsinkable.
Oh, God.
But getting back to that steamboat, how'd you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. It was time to settle this once and for all.
Good old Gatling gun. So many bodies.
Bob and Grat weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together.
That wasn't even fair.
Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Got some odds for them. Fucking Curly Joe over here. Focus. See that draw. Oh, I sidestepped. God damn it. Just two brothers. Oh, shoot the big guy first then. How about that? Yeah. Oh boy, this is not going too well. Get that speed up. Focus going. Oh, here we go. What do you got? What you got, boy?
They got it wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers.
Two brothers.
My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told.
Wild bunch.
It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy."
It's cold-blooded.
Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
This is a revenge story. Boy. The not so great train robbery. Shoot my way through Western history. Making it up as I go. That's the Silas Greaves way. Oh, I guess I probably could have hit enter probably a little bit ago.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains.
I can dig it.
Led by Butch Cassidy. They were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop.
Oh! I know. That's why he's fabricating this history so he can get free drinks.
The Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. So I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Bob pay. Oh boy, here we go. Where is it? Oh, really?
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge. What'd you say? I can't.
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them.
Ow.
From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
I got levels. Can spot enemies behind you. Spot even enemies behind your field of view. During concentration, markers at the edge of the screen. Go on. What's that? Execute nearby enemies. Beat up concentration. Oh, deal some headshots without even aiming. Pressing and holding Q will eat up all your concentration in exchange for marking nearby enemies. Ooh, that's handy. Start fucking marking guys. Ooh, golden knife. That's nice. Golden gun. Pop.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Outside, inside, out.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day. As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
You ain't seen the likes of
Times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
These guys had a bad day. Different woes. These damn ducks shot back. Climb.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
You mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Help? From the Pinkertons?
Yep.
No, son. I had to fight the Wild Bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Ghosts! Yeah, judging by the numbers of the gang, they would each get $10. Yeah, probably.
Now you're really pissing me off! Take cover! Retreat! Retreat! He's killing everybody! He'll kill us all!
Damn right, I'll kill y'all.
Just shoot him for Christ's sake!
Wow. There's a lot of bodies.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail.
Only a few stragglers were left.
If you want to live! You ready, brother? One shot. Hell's the cover. This guy's a psycho!
Oh boy.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
Dead.
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
What you got, boy?
On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America.
Well, yeah, Terry, they're really cheap to make. You didn't require any engineering. You just kind of strapped a bunch of tubes on a thing with a crank. That's all you needed.
They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Yeah, they're definitely literally everywhere. They're just hanging from rooftops, you know, around every corner. They threw them on trains for fun, like that one. It was just on a train for kicks, I guess. I don't know. There it is. Boop. Actually, almost done this game. I might just keep going and finish it.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail. Because I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
Let's give me anything cool. Does this give me... Yes, that's the good one. Okay, so dynamite, I guess. Higher combos and concentration, even more effective when focused. Gives me shotgun reload, deep pockets. That's just more shotgun rounds. Okay. I'm gonna go up this way. Because that retaliation's cool, so when, like, you know when I do, like, my death dodge, like when I can see the bullet coming, go from side to side, it gives me counterattack, so I can instantly kill the person that shot at me, which is pretty fun.
That Kid Curry's kind of crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp
So
right
fuckers.
outside Parachute, Colorado. Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
I'm done with you.
I feel that tree was just straight up explosion proof.
What the hell?
Old Bob wasn't among them. Neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however. plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
God damn, I need to nod a quick shooter for this. There's my ranger. Oh boy. Boy's gonna have a bad day. You're straying away from the story. Oh, sorry. Go look at this map.
And I found one.
That's a good map.
A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle.
I can just see my cat's paws,
property
like,
of the Union Pacific.
It's pretty adorable. Oh my, look at those feet.
The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
Explosions. Dynamite. For the game from blowing up.
Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children. Though some say it was only 5.
85!
Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was going to rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me. The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards.
Yoink! I said yoink. Thank you.
A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Magic.
Don't you blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
I know. Pop! Pop! Pop!
But the Wild Bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks.
Ow,
There's
stop
always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
You bastard! If we don't kill him, the kid'll kill us.
How many guys are over there? Holy shit. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, sirs! There's plenty of bullets for everyone. Calm down. Ow, that was fun.
Now you're dead. I'm still standing.
So what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
So this guy's got like a steel plate on his face and his body and his shoulders, but like not his hat. So if you shoot him in the forehead, it hits him. Because why would you put any armor like up here, like above your eye, you know? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Or you just put a hat on instead. Hat stop bullets, right?
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
Of
course, I had to tread carefully.
Of course,
otherwise I could, well, die.
You mean like I just did? It's almost like he knew I was just gonna go for it. This time, wait for the bridge. There it is. It's a nice little sturdy plank to walk on. Nothing to see here. Climbing around, shooting ropes.
God damn you!
That's pretty fun. Who dares? You dare. Stop it. I don't like getting shot. It's not fun for me.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually there was a fourth charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
I guess you just want to die.
Shoot him in the groin. That guy's called me a chicken? Fuck. That's rude. Which way do I want to go? Up here, right? Higher combos, right? Because I don't care about dynamite, and I don't care about shotgun rounds, so yeah, that's the one I want.
Somebody really pissed this so big off.
Ah, the guy shot me in the dick. Hello? Did you fall?
So I proceeded onward and realized that that way just wasn't going to work. I needed an alternate path forward.
An alternate path forward. I think that's the way I need to go. No, it isn't. Let's go down this ladder. Can you tell me? Find alternate path. Yeah, right here. See? Alternate path. What? What's going on? Cool. I did it. Where's my alternate path then? Hello, game. Give me a hint, please. Hint! Oh. No, that can't be it. Because that's my rope. That's where I... Uh-oh. Now I'm confused. There's no one for me to shoot, so I don't know which way I need to go. Oh boy. So I came up here. Yeah. And I came over here. And maybe the game's encouraging that I go this way. And then... Okay.
I hope you understand how badly my adventure might have ended had I not been as careful as hell.
Point me in the right direction, game. Which way do I need to go? Probably not that way. Maybe just go quick jog back. What's this way then? Fuck me. Didn't think it was this way, but never mind.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me.
Something that concerned?
It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Caught.
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks. My heart was pounding like a sledgehammer. I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew.
Got it.
Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today.
Yeah.
Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge. Well, it was a touching reunion. But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore.
Not a young man anymore.
Kill that SOB! Make him bleed! Send him to perdition!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
He's crazy! Kid Curry asked me! Not even a damn fruitcake!
Man, it's all hate going on out there.
I'll blow you right out of there!
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
Why? Another Gatling gun. pretty well shielded.
That's right. Run!
Hello. Hoping you can see me up here.
Stand still so I can kill you.
Whee! That's close. Oh, whoa! Not expecting there to be some acid down there.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite.
Wow, okay.
I still
And
know
that guy
I
is
had my
just
work
shoots a
cut
million
out for me.
bullets. Oh boy, here we go. Why am I down here now?
Guess you had enough, huh? This is the last mistake you'll ever make. Am I out of bullets already?
I got this. Hey!
You know who I am? Oh, damn! Time for you to lay down and die.
He scattered it everywhere, as you can see in these boxes and stuff. Whoops.
Are you kidding me?
Take that, cactus. Bitch!
Stand still so I can kill you.
I'm a little bit further out. Oh. Can't you see him hiding here?
This is the last mistake you'll ever make.
Long bomb!
It's not fair. Get out of here!
Get.
Do you know who I am? Damn! Goddammit, I need some help here! Come on, boys! Take this sumbitch out!
God damn it. Getting a little too bold, I think.
Shoot him! Got it! Like this, cocksucker! Move it, boys! Time for you to lay down and die. Just like Get out, you yellow bastard! Shit! Be fat this is gonna hurt!
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down.
Got him.
And that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
Oh boy. Ooh, showdown. Nice eye patch. Good luck on that depth perception, bud. Look who he's wearing, like, prison clothes. What you got?
As fast as he was,
I
was just a bit faster.
Be my poncho.
And as he lay wounded, I demanded to
What?
know the whereabouts
Shot him
of
in the
Roscoe
dome.
Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him.
I wonder how many more times I
Those
shoot
were
that guy in the
his
head.
last words.
Because I shot him. Again, in the head. That's why Hitman like double tap, right? Just to make sure, because sometimes they can get weird ricochets and shit. Probably need to start doing that in duels. Just to make sure they don't, you know, have any last words.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kind of glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James.
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Ah, nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
Hell of a payday.
I confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way. But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this gem.
Share the nuggets of truth, right? So they'll actually give you, like, information and, like, cool pictures and stuff. It's kind of cool. Where's the... there's one on, where are they? The one for the brothers. The Gatling gun. Oh well. But yeah, they're cool. They're actually truthful. Peekaboo. I don't just stuff in my pockets all this money instead of actually hunting them.
Now wait a second. Now, how'd they stop this train in the first place?
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
The James boys were experts in this. By staring it down.
They hopped a freight train having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So I hopped the same train.
Missed the quick time event. That's my bad.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others. I was hoping to find my man and put a bullet in his head.
Liberate the train.
Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed
this American talk? Gotta liberate it with bullets?
James Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
Then you took them all on by your lonesome. Again. I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey. By the way, did I mention that that train was flying down those tracks like a bat out of hell?
If I'm going...
If you're going right now? Is that what you're about to say? 'Cause that's what happened.
Anyway, excuse me, Ben. Where would I find the gentleman's facilities? Suddenly I have an urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake. Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right through there. Let me show you.
So he's gonna... There's a bit of a monologue. So, like every time I open a door...
I never heard so much malarkey in my life.
You think?
Whoops. 1 second. Sorry. There we go. What I wanted to show
think
you...
he's just some old drunk looking for some free liquor.
Thorin! Ooh, say hello! Thorin! Hi, kitten. He's a good boy. Can't really see him though because of the thing. There it is. Nope, this door. No, I came through that door. This door. I wonder if I can just jump out of the train and this slow motion bullshit. Well, this Silas takes the longest piss ever.
I don't know, Jack.
Nothing on the other side of this door.
You don't think he...
Yeah, quick cat cam.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the bar.
You seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof. At some point, some sumbitch saw me and shouted out, "It's the damn Pinkertons!"
It's the damn Pinkertons!
Now, I never worked for that limey cocksucker, but I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins. Those evil bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother. So it's no wonder each and every asshole on that train wanted me dead.
Hello.
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they? Why is that, I wonder?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember it.
I bet you are. Yeah, you know you can't.
I'm sorry, you didn't quite finish that. Shoot him in the foot. And the balls. He got crushed under the train. Ooh, almost fell off. How the fuck? Let's just get over this shit. There we go. Alright, why are you so meowy? Oh, yep, should pay attention.
It was a rickety ride and quite precarious.
To go on the pee when you get old. I didn't need to know that, Terry.
I came across a flat car piled high with logs and had to come up with a creative way to make my way forward.
What? Apparently they can shoot through, but I can't. There we go. Christ.
I'm just getting started.
Hurry up! Suck the blood back into your clothing. Pow!
Right about then, I was attacked by some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Yeah, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Me and you! I'm putting you down.
Got him. Somewhere. Someone know you better hide? I'm on a Gatling gun. It's not like those are stealthy. You better hide while you're shooting that really loud big gun repetitively. That was a shot.
I was looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way. And that included Jesse James himself. There sure were a lot of men determined to die that day.
Expensive liquor.
That's right.
Gotcha. Level up. Hold on. Hold the fight. Gotta put some ranks in here. Boop, boop. Work my way to that righteous fire.
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train. I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
To the fire.
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah. Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you.
What you got, Jesse James?
Yeah, I didn't kill Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
In the brain.
Jim fella. What happened to him?
You wounded
I
him in
figured
the
he
brain.
was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle.
First I need to wet my whistle. Just give me more alcohol. Wow. And as well, I mean, so Jesse James had a brother named Frank James, and obviously that name doesn't sound as good, so Jesse James is more popular. That's how that works. It's all in the name. Ooh, enter.
After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim. I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. A perfect place to hide out from the authorities. In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the res and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were.
Okay. Why do I have a stupid fucking quick shooter for this? That's dumb. I hate the quick shooter for shit like this, because it doesn't have any range. Okay, no, yeah, that's fine. We keep running at a guy with a gun. I don't understand.
Hey, how about another whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul.
There we go. Hopefully there's actually guns here I can use.
Now, where was I? Indians, right. I had more than my share of run-ins with the Red Man. Like that time... Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir. You did.
Ah, of course I did. In fact, I could still remember that old medicine man's words.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again?
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything you are.
So, did you ever find him?
Who?
The man you are after.
Let me ask you something, Ben. You ever think about death?
Been drinking a little too much.
Mr. Graves, are you all right?
There we go. Did you ever think about death?
Ooh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see?
Please stop.
With ice cold hands taking hold of me. Well, I am death, none can excel. I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death, someone would pray. Could you wait to call me another day? Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over till another year?
So, are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed. Did you ever find him?
Reed was indeed that son bitch's surname. That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing.
Nothing. God, that was over. Frank James.
I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
Run! Run! Ow. The first sniper.
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother Jesse. I couldn't really disagree with the man, as I thought Jesse was dead then as well. He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again, he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me. Hell, I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers, fathers, sons.
I think you were just looking for justice, sir.
Is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was?
Is that what it was?
Justice.
Is it?
Isn't that why you were hunting the James gang?
The James gang. Right. I finally found Frank holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead.
Sorry, and Cat was attacking the curtain.
It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way.
3 or 4 sets. So.
Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite? On your person?
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Okay. Did you shoot it when it was leaving my hand, or... It's kind of...
It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Fire in the hole!
On your person.
Wow, that was rude.
It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Easy on my dynamite throwing. How about that?
On your person.
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack.
Bastard dead. Come on, he's only one man.
Got him, mate.
I'm gonna blow your damn head off.
Gun. Shit, shotgunner.
That old shack? Well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life. Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will. At this point, I just don't give a shit.
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
You want Reed? Have at him. I never did like that bastard. I am done here.
Like how he just sits down and just sits there.
We parted in peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
Now he's immune to bullets. Wasn't that nice of him?
As I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again.
So what happened with Reed?
Well, I finally found the last of the gang hiding in a nearby cave. First, I had to dispatch the lookouts.
I did not just see
But rather than wander in willy-nilly, I decided it would be better to smoke that son-of-a-bitch out. Hey, Reed! I shouted. No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me.
Wow.
Son of a bitch!
It was then that the last bunch of bandits jumped out of hiding.
Why won't this asshole give up? Would someone please kill him?
Un momento, por favor. Crazy bastard. All right.
I don't think he knows who we are.
Guys look a little bit angry.
He's almost as good as me.
Eventually,
wow,
it was just me and Reed.
Someday you should just stream your cat. Oh,
I had waited a long time to face him down.
Oh
so
shit!
I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
I might not win this duel. Cause I was not paying attention. This guy looks like hammered shit. What you got? You got weird beard, dude. Draw.
And repay him I did.
It wasn't my finest shot, but didn't kill me. Just quick, 70 people killed. Not a big deal. I have a cat fur all over me.
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
My cat kicked my dog out of her
it's too
bed.
damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame he never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him. Six months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Terry. Because it's everywhere. Load. The good, the bad, and the dead.
40 years.
Oh man, we're really close to
on the last of my brother's killers.
We're gonna beat it.
Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Like a regular army.
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant, that son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
For all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others.
More concentration for full blast. That's dynamite. Actually, let's check out more of these. What do you got here? More dynamite, reload guns, and concentration. Why not? Let's go down here.
For instance, did my thirst for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had.
Hello. Quick level up. There we go. All right, finish up the Gunslinger tree. Dual-wielding desperado.
Nothing could stop me from taking his life. I've been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Oh, shots fired.
Suddenly it was 1910. Here I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades. Town was falling apart, just like me.
I don't think it's the right way. Maybe it is. Came through here, and over here. Oh, no, it's this way. Right? No, that's why I came. God damn it. Didn't turn around again. Maybe it is this way. I don't remember it being this way, but who knows? No, because that fall is definitely going to kill me. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. Wait, what? Back at the start? God damn it. This is making no sense. No sense! How am I supposed to get through this goddamn ghost town? Oh, wait. It's new shit? No, it's definitely the start. Okay, cool.
Go to south. Don't go that way. Go up here. I don't want a quick shooter because they're stupid. Go up here. Reach my nose. Jump down here. Go this way. Cut through the barn. Maybe this way? Game, why you do this to me? And this is the first time I've actually got lost here. I haven't been ever lost here. That's why I came up. So I cut through this house, and I'm up here. Go through the barn. So, oh, this way. Ah, that'd be it.
But I wasn't about to call it quits. Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there.
Just straight up ignores her.
They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around.
This map sucks. Confusing. God damn it. Can't make something straightforward. Ghost town. Stupid clock tower. Now I'm running backwards. So I came up here, so I'm gonna go this way. Yeah? So I need to get up past here. So if I run up here, find a place to go. Cut through here. Is there like a way through? There we go.
I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was on to them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Wonder if someone in the saloon is listening to the tales. Actually, Bob. Maybe. I just hope he doesn't sing again.
Catch that bastard!
Don't he ever run out of bullets?
Quality time. Stop shooting at me.
But you obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling us the tale.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Yep, nailed it. Ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack.
But I killed everyone. They're all dead.
Because when I woke up...
From the dead?
Yep.
There was silence all around me. I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop. Here, there, even over there.
So I am right. You are titched in the head.
Titched.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer, Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me guns a-blazing.
Guns a-blazing.
But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
Ghosts.
I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me.
Was it ghost dynamite or regular dynamite? Shoot it! Shoot it! I hate when the ghosts start shooting at me.
In the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
God damn it! Too many ghosts! So many ghosts! Spooky. I'm gonna die right here. That dynamite's gonna kill me. God damn it. So many ghosts. It take a while to disappear, so you don't know if they're dead or not. The trick is just put enough bullets in them to make sure they're dead.
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun.
I just walked through a wall.
The army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch, and he spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead. The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond.
Ghosts. God, ghosts.
Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed. Each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Thought?
God damn it! Hate these ghosts. The bounty you get for killing an enemy in a duel decreases. Oh, decreases the longer it takes.
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed, each one deader than the next. Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh.
The Sundance Kid?
Like a general leading his Legion of the Dead.
Oh, oh, easy.
You see him alive.
He was alive.
Man. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Enjoy, shitbag.
Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. And clearly they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you
first. Sorry, one sec.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Edda's mine. So is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question. But those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
Good old-fashioned triple showdown. Oh boy, this is gonna suck. What do you want? Huh? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Huh? What are you looking at? Who's gonna draw? Ooh, okay. Ah, missed that one. I can do better. What you got? What you got? What you got? Oh god, my hand speed's trash. This fucking slow straw. Fuck. Fuck! This is tough, because the guy that draws on me first is going to be the one that's looking at me, but they keep switching back and forth at the end. Because if you look, see, he looks away, right? So I got to focus on the next, I got to focus on the other guy. He looked away, I got to focus on, and he looked away again, so I got to focus on this guy. And sometimes they're looking at each other, not me. So, it's stupid. What you got? How about you? Yep, back over here. There it is.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
We did it. Loading finale. Well, come on, load. Good God. There it is.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob?
There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh, man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob,
Terry
your
called it.
past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I've changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Revenge or redemption? Revenge.
Why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Here. I won't have it said that I left you with nothing.
That's how you want it? So be it.
Holy shit! Molly, move against that wall. Go!
What you got?
Oh my God! Oh Jesus!
Did you know it was him all along?
Cassidy told me Bob was in Abilene before he died. But I wasn't sure Ben was my man until he revealed how much he knew about Ringo and Reed. The coin, of course. Well, that was the last nail in that particular coffin.
I better go get the sheriff.
You okay, boy? You're looking mighty shook up.
Dwight, maybe you best go home. Young Eisenhower here is leaving for West Point tomorrow. He shouldn't get caught up in something like this.
I think I might head out myself at this juncture. Unless you want to stop me, Jack.
No, sir, Mr. Greaves.
So where you going now? Now that you had your revenge?
Doesn't really matter, does it? As I've sold my soul for it, and will never again walk with those I have lost.
We did it! I knew it was pretty short. I didn't think I'd get it through one stream though. Yeah. So, I think I might actually just leave it at that. Oh, I don't think there's too much more I can do. Oh, he's singing again! Whew, that was close. Boy. Alright, yeah, that's it. I think I've gone long enough. I'm starting to go cross-eyed. Yes, thank you everyone for stopping by.
as per normal, check out the social media accounts for when I'm going to be streaming. Hopefully it gets a little bit more consistent, but we'll see, because who knows. I think that's it. I think that's all the news I have. Yeah. Cool. All right. I will talk to all of you fine people later. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, where is it? There it is. There it is. Stop. Stop. Why aren't you stop? Stop.